Yo, what up? So, we all live busy lives. We all have hectic lifestyles. I know for myself, it can get extremely busy. I feel like my life's always like this. And some of the things that I have to balance are work, school, gym. Especially right now, prepping for a bodybuilding competition. That's a whole nother beast of its own. For others, it could, you got all that, and significant others, relationships, kids, pets, friends, family. It's just so many different factors that go into play that we got to figure out. All of us have to figure out how do we balance all this and continue to move forward and progress as individuals with the goals that we set out and things that are going to make us happy. So I wanted to share some of the things that I do, or more along the lines of my mindset, because I think at the end of the day, it's all about the mindset. And I'm not saying that what I do is right or what I do is perfect or works, because at the end of the day, I feel like I'm still trying to figure it out, and I'm still like learning and things like that. And you may have found what works for you, which is great, and I would love to hear. So I think one of the key factors that it comes down to when it comes to just being able to balance and continue to progress forward for yourself is learning how to prioritize. Everybody has different priorities, and those priorities can change on a day-to-day basis, week-to-week basis, month-to-month basis. But being able to recognize that and saying, hey, this is my priority at this time, I need to plan around that. And just being able to identify that from the beginning. So prioritizing is huge. The second one is sacrifice. You have to be willing to sacrifice just different things that aren't going to help you move forward in whatever it is it might be. It can be, is it going out less? Is it picking and choosing when you want to hang out with your friends? Is it, for myself, is it sacrificing good food to eat because you want to step on stage? Like, just being able to sacrifice and having that discipline to be able to stick to your plan, to your what you say you're gonna do. So those are some of the key factors, and I think one of the biggest ones that take up that play a huge role in this as well is thinking about all the things that you need to balance. If you sit down and you start to think about, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to take care of this, take care of that, and just look at all these different things. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on about just all the things that we got to worry about. If you look at all of that, you're gonna get overwhelmed. You're gonna get like, oh my gosh, this is so much. I'm just gonna, when you have a busy day and there's a lot of things you gotta do, but you decide to take a nap instead, it's the same concept. You look at all these different things that you got to accomplish, and you're like, you don't even do it. You throw the papers in the air, and you're like, I'm out. But so if you can't think about it, you just got to do it. For me, I know I have to go to work. I know I have to go to school. I know I have homework. I know I got to study. I know I got to read. I know I have to go to the gym. I know I have to do cardio. I know I got to eat. I don't think about it. I just do it. And that's something that you got to do. You already know the things that you need to do in order to move forward. But now it's like, but then you start to think about it. So don't think about it. Just do it, and just kind of roll with the punches, and you learn as you go. And I think that's the biggest thing, is a lot of people are too scared to be able to I don't have everything figured out yet. I got to learn how to balance, or I got to learn how to time manage. Like, no, nobody really is ready for anything. No, I don't care what it is. Like, are you ready to be a manager? Are you ready to be a parent? Are you ready to get married? No, a lot of people aren't ready. You learn as you go. So throw yourself into the fire, figure it out as you go. You learn what works and you learn what doesn't. As far as myself goes, when it does come to prioritizing, I always just got to look ahead. I got to see what do I have in the future? What do I have today? What do I have tomorrow? What do I have in the weekend? Different things like that. and I just plan for it. People who I ask the people that are closest to me and tell them, do I show up with my food to parties, or ask my family, Easter was 2 days ago. Did I show up with a few of my meals? Yeah. I knew I'm huge on family. I never really miss a family event. So I always plan around that. And so that may be cooking my food, make sure it's packed, ready to go, just like I would treat it like any other day, except I'm gonna eat it around people, with family. And also too, and I think this is one of the biggest ones, that a lot of gym people, competitors, or just people who like to work out, they let the gym kind of take over their life, and they miss, moments with the family because of this. And I plan my workout around that. I don't want to miss a family event because I have to work out, so I go earlier. There's been times where I'll go after, and I know there's people who sometimes won't even show up because I gotta go to the gym. Like, is it really, like, is it worth it at that point to miss out on some of these moments because you failed to plan to go earlier or go after? Now, if you live like an extremely where you had to go at that time, like, I get it, you got to do what you got to do, but I think there's a lot of, you can plan for different things like that. And I have a calendar as far as what I got going on and it could be as simple as niece's baptism this Saturday. And it's like, when I look at my Saturday, I'm like, cool, I have that. And then, it's a perfect example. This Saturday, I actually do have my niece's baptism. I think that's why it popped up. And then I have a demo in the morning. I have another event with a clothing company that they want me to be at. And I still got to hit the gym because I have my competition in a week and a half. So, and I got to make sure my meals are good. So there's a lot going on Saturday that I have to plan for. I will plan for that days in advance to make sure I'm prepared, so I don't skip a beat. And I do everything that I said I was gonna do. So just things like that. And at the end of the day, it's how bad do you want it? For me, like, I know I've always wanted to make a lot of money. Money has always been a huge motivation for me. I think that's why I've always been attracted to sales positions, because it allows me to make what I put in. And so I knew I had to work full time in order, and at a place that was going to allow me to still have that work-life balance and things like that. So I found that position. But now what that does is it limits my school schedule extremely. I'm only able to go to school at nights, weekends, online, things like that. But at the end of the day, school is something that, school's not for everyone. So I really don't think school's for me. I don't think I'm a school person. But I know school is a goal that I set out for me to finish. It's just, so when I set a goal out, I do whatever I can, and I figure out a way just to accomplish that goal. At this point with school, I'm so close to being done. It's like, you're almost done. You're almost there. Just finish. I've also made some promises to some family members who are both, still here in this world, and some who aren't anymore, that I would finish. So that's another motivator on why I continue to go and I do finish. Now, what I decide and plan to do with that degree, I'll have it. I think that's just the biggest thing, is I'll have it. One of the biggest things as well why I continue to go is I'm thinking for the future, as far as setting a good example for my kids, saying I want to be able to tell my kids, like, there's a lot of goals that you want to accomplish, and sometimes it can seem like a lot, but at the end of the day, if you want all of it bad enough, you will figure out a way to accomplish every single goal on your list. And if that means doing what I did, working full time, going to school part time, continuing with just different things, like, when you find that and you're willing to do what it takes to accomplish that, like, you can do it. It's not going to be easy. I know it's going to be hard. You're going to be pushed in so many different directions that, it's going to be hard. But at the end of the day, as long as you're continuing to progress and move forward with that goal, you can accomplish anything. And so at this point, I think that's one of the biggest reasons why I continue, is just those things. I've set out a goal for myself. I've made promises, and I want to set a good example for my kids, kids in the future. So those are that, and then this whole fitness thing, man, that's been a lifestyle that I picked up 4 years ago that I've just really enjoyed. It's a passion of mine. Every year I do take it to that next level, like I've talked about before. And competing is fun for me. I do enjoy it. I do. Every time I do step on stage, I plan to win. Now, what the outcome is of that, I mean, at the end of the day, that's something I don't have control over. The only thing I can control is how I show or how I perform on stage and things like that. So I can only do what I do at the best of my abilities. And so I knew those are the biggest things. I know I wanted to make money. I know I want to accomplish school. I know I'm huge on fitness and want to. At first, it was achieving this body of just having self-confidence and things like that, and now it's much more than that. Now it's taking my body to the limit, seeing what I really can accomplish, and yeah, I mean, those are the biggest things. I sacrifice a lot of sleep, late nights, early mornings, but you ask any successful person and they're gonna tell you the same thing. At the end of the day, it's just, what are you willing to sacrifice to accomplish what it is that you need to accomplish? So plan for success, plan out your day and your weeks to make sure that you're prepared for what you got scheduled. Priorities, figure out what your priorities are. They will change, and then just being able to recognize and plan around that specific thing that's important at the moment. Don't think about it, just do it. And how bad do you want it? How bad do you want to have a nice life? And how bad do you want to accomplish the goals that you set out to accomplish? So those are kind of my thoughts, my little ramble. I would love to hear some feedback. I would love to hear how you balance. Maybe there's something I can learn from you. I would love to hear it. So let me know. Let's talk about it. Let's converse. Let's help each other out. And that's all I got. Peace.